Hey guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a little bit of an update again on these little guys I featured in a video a good while ago. I think I got them for my birthday or something like that from Warmonger Minis here, Warmonger Miniatures. Check out their website for more. This isn't sponsored or anything, but I said I'll feature them because they sent me on the cool business card in the post as well. But these guys were a lot of fun to put together. They're kind of, I think the style is called like Old Hammer, basically. Older kind of style sculpts. And some of these had to get customized because I kind of broke them when I was trying to mount them on these MDF bases. And you'll see these aren't like the super best paint jobs, but I think they're as good as I need them to be. So you got they're little halflings or hobbits. I think they're called halflings. They put a little bit of work on their base as well, just to add some interest that isn't just, we'll say, solid static grass. They have some little flowers as well as, I think it is sawdust mixed with some kind of flock that adds this kind of beigey little bits of cream, what would you call it, flocking, and then there's a little bit of dry brushy yellow on that as well. So this guy's pretty cool. He's got his little two-handed axe. These guys have just been varnished, so I just finished them up. This guy's a little suspicious looking hunter. I don't know what he came with originally, a bow I think, but it broke, so I gave him this crossbow. You'll see it's a bit bandy looking, but I think it kind of suits the purpose. He's still ranged and he's got his, they look quite big for bolts, but hey, they'll pass. And he's got his little rabbit here. And same thing again, his base got some little rocks on it as well. Lots of character in these guys, like the facial expressions. Fair enough, they mightn't be the best sculpts going, but they have a lot more character, and in a way they're easier to paint, especially these guys, because the proportion of their face and stuff is bigger than if you imagine like a space marine in a big body, a big suit of armor, and you have to get into his face, you know. Lots of character, and like this is a whole adventuring party here. I think these are two kits combined. There's like, I think it's adventuring party, and then there's militia. This guy was a militia. You'll see he's kind of, his weapons kind of thrown together, a stick with a knife on the end of it. But yeah, he could be a little town guard, or he could be, you know, so many different things. This guy I had to customize as well, because I broke something when I was trying to mount him. But I gave him this little buckler that I had in my bits box and a bucket on his head, just because, what was it? I think I might have been playing either Skyrim or like Divinity Original Sin, and the bucket helmet just inspired me. You know, he's got rope then around to hold it on. That's big green stuff. But yeah, that could be your halfling, your hobbit fighter, you know. Or this guy would even be better, I think. This is class. Is this light armor? Is this heavy armor? I don't know. Is that an enchanted cooking pot on his head for his taters? You know, he's got his pipe, his armor of pillows, his his lids of his pots there on his knees. So yeah, cool. Really, loads of character in these guys, and like I said, the paint job isn't super duper, but I like it, and they'll be added to my collection anyway. I don't actually have a ton of halflings. This guy's funny, kind of different haircut. I think he has a rock in his hand, or just a fist maybe. But yeah, they have nice detail in them, like all these backpacks and everything. Pretty realistic. Like it makes sense. A lot of adventures and like NPC or potential NPC minis. Oh, is that a chip? No, it's not. Phew. Don't have like backpacks and stuff like that. This guy, he's pretty cute actually. Looking around, he looks like he's on guard duty, doing his marching. These are actually pinned as well. Oh wait, maybe he wasn't. Maybe I lie. Thought he was pinned because just to strengthen the joint. Maybe this guy wasn't. But yeah, and you'll see like the color schemes. I don't do anything crazy with them. They're quite muted, just to kind of, I don't know. I think it makes them look kind of realistic in my world anyway. But yeah, he's an adventurer for sure. You can see he's got his walking stick. This is the only lady as well. Wearing a dress with her. I might use this one for the thumbnail, see if it gets me more clicks, if you know what I mean. But yeah, look, like, I mean, I'm not the best at picking out eyes or anything like that, but you know, you look at it from the table, what do they say, like 2 foot away, so you're kind of, you know, picking out all the details. This guy as well, kind of weird cartoony proportions on the pony here, and he almost looks angry with the pupil I gave him. His facial expression looks quite angry. But yeah, I think it suits like the scene I put them in on the bases aren't too epic, or they're not too crazy. They kind of remind me of the Shire. And you can imagine these dwarves going into the Shire as well, cooking up a serious feast for the halflings or the hobbits. This guy as well, I didn't even bother picking out his eyes. He's kind of a berserker looking guy. I think my wife bought me some random ones as well. It was really the hobbits and these kind of big roundy dwarves that I really liked because they're just so extremely round. Like that's the fattest dwarf miniature I think I've ever seen. You know, if there's a fat one, please tell me, like, because this guy's awesome. There's one thing about this, because these guys are all metal and all the hobbits and the pony are on MDF bases, which is totally fine. These guys are on, plastic ones, but there's a lot more weight in them. But this kind of connection like this, see, between the hand and the handle of the mace here, the Morning Star, whichever it is, I can just see that breaking, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I know it's just, they have to do it to get the pose, but I can just see it breaking. And this guy was my favorite because look at the roundiness of this dwarf. What is the diameter of this dwarf? Like this, I love this guy. He's got a ginger beard. He's ready for action. This tiny little axe. It doesn't make any sense, but actually fantastic. Like, I don't know. Really, I love this sculpt, and he's just so kind of silly and round. But yeah, guys, that's them finished up. Actually, some finished miniatures for once. Knock them off the list. They'll go into a box, hopefully to be played with at some point. But yeah, they were fun to make, or fun to paint up, put together, customize a little bit. And if you want to look and find some crazy stuff like this, old school kind of stuff, check out warmongerminiatures.com. I think they're a French company. Yeah, you see there, orcs, goblins, trolls, dwarves, elves, sorry. Yeah, there's all their details, blah blah blah. But yeah, really cool old school kind of sculpts, and they've got crazy orcs as well. But yeah, guys, that's another one off the list. I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.